Hey there, Internet friends. Trevor Starkey here with another episode of Trevor Trove Gaming. Today I want to give you a brief rundown of my end-of-the-year, game-of-the-year plans. If you are new to Trevor Trove or my work in the past, I have historically kind of done a series of lists in the final week of the year, kind of encapsulating a whole bunch of my Game of the Year stuff. And so this year is going to be pretty similar to that. I'm going to have written and video components to those lists. So my plan as it currently stands is as follows. Starting on Christmas, December 25th, I will take a look back at my worst of 2016 list. This is something I started doing a few years ago where I just kind of looked back on, hey, these are the games I thought were terrible last year. How do they stack up? You know, has my mind changed on them at all, or have I just not thought about them at all? The next day, the 26th, I will do the same for my best of 2016 lists. So I will go through kind of all of the 2016 lists that I had of my favorite games of the year for that, and kind of look and say, hey, do I still think this? Have my opinions on this changed with time? Have they gotten better with time? Have they gotten worse? Have I just not thought about some of these games at all? On the 27th, I will take a look at my best gaming moments of 2017. Now, this could be moments in games or moments in kind of the games industry, games culture, and see, just kind of do a rundown of some of my favorite moments of the year in gaming. On December 28th, I'm going to look at my favorite revisited games in 2017. This is something I started doing last year. Every year I kind of go through and I've got basically a spreadsheet of these are all the games I played throughout the year, and they kind of fall into three buckets. And the first bucket that I'm going to look at are games that I've played previously, but I revisited them in 2017. Whether they were I just wanted to play them again, if they were re-releases, remasters, that kind of stuff, that's where those games will fall. The next day, on the 29th, I'm going to look at my best non-2017 games that I finally played in 2017. So similarly to the best revisited games, this is dedicated to games that came out in 2016 or earlier, but I had not played them until this year. So you have games like Undertale, which I finally got around to this year, or other games that may have released on PC that finally came to a console, and so I finally played them there. So that's what that game category will look like. On December 30th, we will look at my biggest disappointments of 2017. This isn't necessarily going to be a worst of the year list, but I mean, some of it will be, but it will also be kind of, oh, these are things that had so much potential that just fell short of that potential. So that will be that list. On New Year's Eve, December 31st, I will take a look at honorable mentions, games that don't make my final list of the year, my top 10 list, but that I wanted to give special shout-outs and special recognition to. So that'll be Honorable Mentions Day. And then finally, on New Year's Day, January 1st, 2018, I will have my list of my top 10 games of 2017, being games that came out in 2017 that I found the most enjoyable. So those are my plans for Game of the Year content. I will also probably throw out there somewhere in here, it might be after all of this, but now that I'm doing movie stuff, I will probably have a movie, best movies of the year, or my favorite movies of the year list, as well as wrestling. I might do a best matches of the year, or favorite matches, or favorite wrestlers of the year. So stay tuned for all of that as well. As always, I've been your host, Trevor Starkey from TrevorTrove.com. You can follow me at SnarkyStarkey on Twitter. And until next time, from here at the Trove, treasure your friends.